Welcome to Ewe Sew You. My name's Zoe and this is my channel all about the crafty bits and pieces I get up to. I knit, I sew, I spin on a spindle, I dabble in weaving from time to time, and anything else that takes my crafty fancy. But today we're celebrating 5 years of Ewe Sew You, so grab a brew, put your feet up and let's get started. Welcome back to any returning viewers, and to any new viewers a very warm welcome to you. Now I can't quite believe that 5 years ago, on the 26th of August 2018, I uploaded my very first video to this channel, so I thought it'd be fun to mark the occasion by taking a look at 5 things I would make again from that time period, and 5 things I'd like to achieve going forwards. So let's get to it. Let's get started with 5 things I would definitely make again. Now, if I've still got a photo of the item that I made, I will put it on screen. If not, it'll be a pattern picture or something like that, so you know what I'm talking about. First up, we have the Thurlow trousers by Sewaholic. Now, these were the trousers that I was working on when I first launched the channel. I think I made about 3 videos on them. Made them out of a chocolate brown corduroy, which I think I got from Sherwood's, if I remember rightly, but it's a while ago now. So these trousers were my first time making welt pockets, and actually the pattern is drafted really nicely to help with fit. It's got a larger seam allowance at the centre back seam to help you fit them to yourself, so that's really useful. And I wore these trousers a lot. Unfortunately, they no longer fit me, and they haven't done for a while. I have looked at seeing whether I can let them out a bit with that additional seam allowance, but yes, it's not quite enough for what I would need, and I'd also need it over the hips and into the legs a little bit, so I can't quite enlarge them, unfortunately, which is a shame because I would like to do that. So they're definitely on my list of things that I would make again. As I say, I wore them a lot of the time, a lot of wear out of them. They're really comfortable, they were good for work, so yeah, definitely on my list. Secondly, we have the Peyote Stitch 3D star ornament that I made during Vlogmas 2021, I believe. I will put the date up on screen. My notes say 2018, but it wasn't 2018. I didn't do Vlogmas in 2018. It was much more recent than that. I think 21. It wasn't the speediest of projects, but it was enjoyable. And they all of a sudden come together and everything makes sense, and you've got this 3D star. And there are tons of designs available to make these fabulous ornaments. Now, I can see me eventually having a set for Christmas, maybe 6 or something, but that's going to take a while. There are also lots of other seasonal designs available for like autumn and other times of the year. So yeah, it's a definite rabbit hole. Who knows how many I'm going to end up with. Third up is the Cali Shirt by Closet Core Patterns. Now, I made this out of a viscose challis in the cropped length with a popover collar. Now, I can't see me making the dress length version of this pattern. I don't think that's quite my style. The shirt, however, is easy to wear, it's comfortable, it's easy breezy. There's a variety of lengths, variety of options to change it up a bit, and it's really easy to pair with multiple different bottoms. So I can see me making a whole sort of stable of Cali shirts to have in my wardrobe. It's already a staple, so I will be looking to expand that into other fabrics and using some of the other details there to incorporate more of them into my wardrobe. Fourth is the wicker basket that I made following the video course from My Own Two Hands. Now, part of the reason I want to make this again is to see if I can do a better job next time round, but also partly because baskets are so useful for storage. Now, as far as I know, last I heard, basketry can't be done by machine. So when I see new woven baskets for a fairly low cost in the shops, I do have to wonder how that price has been reached. And fifth on this oh so very not exhaustive list is thread wrapped buttons. Now, regular viewers will know that I've made some Dorset buttons and some Svernopf buttons previously, but that is just barely tickling the surface of button making. They're a wonderfully portable project and great between project palette cleansers, as well as being a useful addition to my stash. So I will be making more of these over the coming years. So that is 5 things I would like to make again, but as I say, it is far from an exhaustive list. It does not, for instance, include any yarny projects, because I rarely rework the same knitting and crochet patterns, mostly because there's always so many more coming out that I want to work on, and I only have so many hours in the year. Let's move on to 5 things I would like to achieve moving forwards. This is essentially a list of crafty goals I'm setting myself, and you will of course be able to hold me accountable here on the channel. So the first goal is to improve my weaving skills. I have shared a few weaving projects on the channel on the inklet loom, the peg loom and the tapestry loom, but I'm what you might call an adventurous weaver rather than an advanced one. I've yet to manage to complete a tapestry without the weaving pulling in drastically at the sides, and my inkle bands also have messy selvages. So I will specifically be focusing on the edges of my weaving. I'll also be looking to expand my inkle band techniques. I'd like to work on some pickup patterns, for instance. I would also like to look at historical weaving and start to incorporate that into my practice. And of course, it'd be great to use my weaving in some of my sewing projects. The dream would be to weave fabric to sew with, but I'm not currently in the market for the right sort of loom to achieve that. Maybe one day in the future. My second goal is to do more Tunisian crochet. I have a set of Tunisian crochet hooks. I enjoy the process of Tunisian crochet, and the range of stitches available make it so versatile. But I've hardly done any, even though I like the results of this technique. So that's a bit ridiculous. Next, to improve my embroidery skills. This is another craft I enjoy and that can be incorporated into sewing, knitting and crochet. But I don't feel like I have a wide enough range of stitches that I can confidently work to be able to always select the best stitch for the job. I can see some samplers in my future. Fourth is to develop my lace making skills. I have dabbled in bobbin lace and needle lace in the past, and I would like to be able to create the occasional trim for sewing projects in lace. Can we sense a theme to my goals by any chance? And finally, building on last week's video, I would like to dye more of my own yarn. I've really enjoyed the process and I'm pleased with the results, so that is something I'll be continuing with moving forwards. I may or may not have made a bulk order of bare yarn to that end. I'm not saying anything. Not a word. Nope. So thank you for popping by for the past 5 years. I look forward to seeing you again in next week's video, but while you're waiting, you might be interested in this one on screen now. So until next time, happy crafting and bye-bye for now.